Good morning. It didn't rain at all yesterday like they thought it might. We got a little bit down to Berkey, I think, but not here. So, I am getting ready this morning. We got a little bit of corn to spray. I got that Shuttle Miravis Neo out here. We're getting that set up. We're running water into our tanks. I probably got enough by now. Maybe not quite. I'm not sure what time Zach's coming this morning, but he said late morning that he would be here, so we'll be ready for that. We may power wash this afternoon, we may not. I don't know, but we'll find something to do. Look, it's a Hagie again. He came right when I was trying to cook myself lunch too. So we got him loaded up. He's gonna go do the first field. I'm gonna go finish cooking my lunch. And then he's gonna come load up here and we'll do the last field, and maybe we'll chase him over there or something so he can watch, or I don't know. All right, I'm back from lunch. He's back reloading for the second and final load. We got enough water, so I'll shut this off and get our hose out from the middle of the driveway. And we'll get this last one done. We are using our Miravis today, not the Triva Pro, because, well, we have it. I had Dad come up here with me to the irrigation field. We're going to get that red truck and go meet Zach over at the last field so I can get my dad off of there. But he's going to head back. He needs that for doing some scrap stuff, and I need it for spreading that stuff out of those tanks that we're cleaning out. Thought I'd check out our irrigation stuff here a little bit, get this ready to move. We've already irrigated this lane. I'm pretty confident I already irrigated that lane because the 7520 is at the next one up there. It's rained enough that we're really past a reset point where we can just start over anyway, but it's starting to get drier. I mean, look, the ground's still moist right here, so we're not dry, but I would probably think about starting to water corn tonight, overnight tonight. Man, this stuff looks fantastic. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. But we're going to keep it awesome. Okay. Well, we got that folded around there, ready to be pulled out as soon as I get a tractor. So we'll probably come up here later tonight, and move it. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. It's not dry, but we got to stay ahead of it. There's a very, very small chance of rain tonight, and then again Saturday, Sunday, mostly Sunday. But today's Thursday. That's a couple days from now. We probably would be all right if we get it. If we don't get it, then we fall behind, and we should have been pumping today. So I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Well, we found him. These fields here are some of our farthest away. Some of the last planted corn. You can see it is all tasseled out though, or pretty close. So it doesn't look terrible. These are not great fields though. You must have this already done down here. Looks tall from here. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Even gave him an electric pole to dance around. Cool. Holy crap, he came in this driveway. Look at those tracks. Whew. This she's steep here, and we don't use this for farm driveway. We use the one on the other side of the field. I told him it was there. That's all right. You can do it however he wants. Ugh. So I drove down to the next field. The last stuff that we've got to do. It's all part of the same load. Yeah, we've got some junk corn, just garbage, junk, crappy stuff here. That's compaction. It's too wet. This farm needs tile. It's what it is. We're spraying it all though, because even this stuff has tar spot in it. You walk out here where it's halfway decent, and we'll take a look. So look at this leaf, and we see a spot there, a spot there, another one there. It's not a lot, but it's gonna spread. And even if this is only 175 bushel corn when it's all said and done, if I don't spray it, it's 140 bushel corn, and it's still worth it. So we're gonna do it. In areas like this, we'll be lucky to make 100. But the rest of the field, we've had really good corn on this farm before in different places, but it takes a dry spring. It takes a dry spring on some of these farms, and we didn't get that this year. I know these are ends that are compacted, and we're gonna have shallow, crappy root systems because of that, but look how much this corn's rolled up here. We have not had nearly as much rain on these farms. We're 10 miles north and east of our home farm. It's that way. And yeah, haven't had anywhere close to as much rain here. It's getting sort of dry. I'm hoping we get some more rain. I know it's being a little greedy, but I would not turn any rain down right now. See, it's much better out in the field. Get off the end rows. Done! The corn fungicide is done. Check mark. Got our data. All the data's been good on everything else we've taken off of there so far, so hopefully we don't have to do any more. We have not sprayed all of our corn. We're not going to spray all of our corn. There's, let's see, just two fields that I know we didn't spray any of. But we didn't spray all of the fields. Like that last field there, we probably had 15 acres that didn't get sprayed, that kind of stuff. So the vast majority of it, probably 90% of our corn acres we sprayed. We're not gonna do the rest of it. We'll have some comparison stuff, some check strips, all of that. And we will see how bad this tar spot gets. If somehow, if it stays really bad and it starts coming in a month or in 3 weeks, we may have to think about a second shot on a few of these fields, especially the ones with high potential. I don't want to do that. I want to avoid that if at all possible. But if we have to, we have to. We'll see. All right, I'm back here at the farm. I put our sprayer back in the gator. We've got some weeds that we need to kill, so might load this up. It's a little windy to be spraying, especially around the farmyard and the flowers and grass and everything right now, but if we were out on the edge of a field, it would probably be all right. But we need to go up to the irrigation field and get that traveler moved. I don't think Dad's ready to let the 40-20 go just yet, so we'll probably just use the 75-20 to pull it up to the next lane and pull the gun out, get it ready. I'm not going to start it up now. We'll go back up there tonight, I think. This is my current plan. We'll run it overnight. Oh, our tractor's still here. The corn is taller than it, so it's a little hard to see. Moving. Well, I was getting this ready to pull out, and I broke a roll pin on my gear here that holds it to this shaft. So I don't have any extra roll pins here. I'm gonna have to run back to the farm and grab one. Bummer. Got the other side down. In theory, could pull it with just one stabilizer leg, but I don't really want to unhook it from the tractor where we're sitting because we're on a bit of a downhill, and those stabilizers will help hold it in addition to this jack. So we're gonna do it right. We're not in a big hurry right now, so we might as well fix it. We've got a selection of roll pins, cotter key that might work, but I doubt it. See what we can get done. Man, this corn looks good. Well, I got a pin to go in there, and it is a solid pin instead of a spring pin. So it works, should hold up better. I don't know. This is one of my homemade improvements, so I can use my impact instead of that hand crank that came on it. Okay, this is all ready to be pulled out. I just have to get the tractor around, which means I have to get the truck out of the way and then walk back down here. Kind of a pain here, but that's what it is. That's what we got to do when we only have one tractor. Look at the brace roots on that stuff. Impressive. And look at the Japanese beetles. Just killing us. I do not like to see that at all. They're burrowing way in there. Get out of there. They should be dead. Apparently the airplane didn't use a very high rate of insecticide if they used it at all, which they told me they were going to. We'll see when we get the bill, won't we? That is my biggest complaint about that airplane aerial application is I have no control over it. They don't let me pick the products that we use. They don't tell me when they're coming, anything. It's just, you want it sprayed? Yes, I do. Okay, we'll do it sometime. Okay, thanks. Okay, you want to see something super interesting? Look at the height difference in the rows versus the end rows. So all of this corn up here on this side is 112 day, 12S75. That's the stuff out in the rows, except for the fact that I didn't completely empty the planter out when I put it in there, and we came from some 104 day stuff that's super short. Yeah, like 3 feet shorter. Holy cow. Wow. I mean, I started on these ends. It's just these end rows. And then it tapers off as you go in that first pass along the road. But wow, that is dramatic. So, how much is this corn gonna affect my spread pattern on my gun? Because there ain't no way we're shooting over the top of it. We're going through it. I need like a 2 or 3 foot riser pipe on my gun cart there to get it up higher, but that's not gonna happen. So we're definitely gonna shoot some. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. All right, I got the gun pulled out. We're ready to go. We're not gonna start it up now. We're gonna wait until tonight to do it. So it's overnight. It's a full run. It's a 10-hour pull, so we'll run all night. So before we end these fungicide videos on corn, I wanted to address a couple of things. One, plain versus Hagie. Specifically a cost side of it and effectiveness. I've gotten some comments about corn getting run over with the Hagie and how much is he running over compared to, you know, a plane's not going to run over anything. But if they do, it's a bad day. But I was doing some math on how much corn it would take he would have to run over to kind of negate the cost difference. So I believe, I haven't gotten bills from either the plane or the Hagie yet, but I believe there is going to be a $3 per acre difference in the cost of the application. The plane costs more. That doesn't include any differences in the chemicals or what was applied. That's just the run the machine over the acres or fly the acres, okay? So $3 difference. I'm just using 1,000 acres of corn for a rough figure, and we sprayed roughly that with the Hagie. Yeah, not quite, but whatever. So if you use that 1,000 acres number and you use $3 price difference and $6 corn, how much corn would he have to run over in order to make up that price difference there? It's a lot. So the way that you figure that out is, well, 3,000 divided by 6, that's 500 bushels. We'd have to lose 500 bushels. If you figure it's 200 bushel corn, which, sure, that might be a good average. Maybe high, maybe low, who knows, but let's figure 200 for an average. That's 2.5 acres. He would have to run over 2.5 acres of corn in order to cost us $3,000 in corn damage versus a plane with 0. Now, how much is 2.5 acres? Well, if you figured that there was, if he's running over 2 rows at a time, because there's 2 sets of tires, right? So if he's running over 1 row, he's running over a 2nd row. That means that he would be covering 5 feet. Ours are 30-inch rows, so 30 plus 30 is 60 inches. That's 5 feet that he's running over every time he runs over corn, gets off the row, whatever. Right. That means that he would have to run over 4 miles of row. 2 rows times 4 miles in order to equal 2.5 acres. He's not that bad of a driver. He did run over a little bit here and there. He is not that bad of a driver. Zach, if you're watching this, that ought to make you feel better about any little bit that you do run over. You got some cushion there, bud. So that's not really an issue. There is an argument about effectiveness of a ground sprayer versus a plane. Some people argue that a plane is better because of the downdraft pushing it down into the canopy. Some people will argue that a Hagie or a ground rig is better because you use more gallons, right? A plane is going to spray 2 to 3 gallons of product of water solution per acre. We were putting on 17. In my mind, 17 gallons is going to cover better than 2 gallons. But you're getting a finer droplet with the airplane. They're getting it pressed down into the canopy better with the downdraft and stuff. So I can see that argument either way. In my mind, it's pretty much a wash, I guess. So I don't use that argument. For me, getting the application made when I want it done, which I called him early and had everything lined up and told him when I wanted him to be here and everything, and he worked really well with me, so I appreciate that. Getting the application maps so that I can put them in the computer and be able to use that for analysis at the end of the year and find out, did our fungicides pay, how much, for when we put different products in, to be able to do some trials with stuff, with that sugar, with that PGR. I can't do that with an airplane. I can do it with a Hagie, so I really appreciate that side of it. And I think he's just as, if not more effective. And so that's why we do it that way versus hiring a plane to do everything. Anyway, that's that on the corn fungicide stuff. Anybody else has any questions, let me know. I think we're good here. So we'll let her sit until about 10 o'clock tonight. And we'll come up here and fire it up. 1,216 feet. We need to spray some Roundup in our paths. We're getting some weeds. It's all right. All right, well, it's almost 6:30. I'm going home. We'll head back up there later tonight. I'll show you while we start her up, because, well, it's been a while since you've seen me irrigating. At least a week, right? So we might as well film it. Plus I haven't filmed much else today, I feel like. The summer's a little slow sometimes. Part of it is there's not a ton of pressing stuff that has to be done right now. Part of it is it's too hot to do anything. And I'm not very motivated. AKA I'm lazy, so I don't do anything. So it is what it is. Yeah. Getting this fungicide out of the way was a big project. We do got a bean planter to finish cleaning up. That might be tomorrow's plan. I just walked outside because I was going to get in the truck that's sitting over there to go start our irrigation stuff up. It's about 10 o'clock. And I see all this lightning to the north. Now there's not going to be any. There's a little bit. Now that I'm filming, there's not any. So I pulled up the radar. Here's a screenshot of it. Looks like it's going to rain. I'm not going to go shut this off if it rains in an hour or two. So I guess I'm going to hold off. We'll see. Maybe we'll run it tomorrow morning. Hopefully it'll rain. So I guess good night. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, evening. We'll see you guys again tomorrow when we're going to do something. Hit that like and subscribe button. Questions, comments, leave them down below. See you, everybody.